What's up, everybody? This is Cool Dude and welcome back to another cool review. Today, we are going to be going over Mortal Kombat 2019, or 2021, or sorry, 2021. I don't know why I thought it was 2019, my brain is just all over the place nowadays. I feel like quite a few people can say the same, but I digress, that's all wash-washy. But, yeah, so this review is going to be a little weird. One reason. I'm not that big or hugely, infoed, I guess, about the Mortal Kombat lore. Don't click off the video. You still with me? Good. Look, you can take this review with a pinch of salt. I know I say in every video, like, you can respect my opinions and all that stuff, and, don't go hating on me and my mother, sending me death threats because I didn't say one of your favorite movies was trash. It's all of our opinions. They have merit. They're all good. Except for the ones that are bad. But all of our opinions have some merit to it. We don't need to be trashing on others. We don't need to be saying their opinion sucks or they're wrong and they're stupid idiots. That's not cool. We can be respectful about it. But this one, I can give you a pass because honestly, I don't know crap about Mortal Kombat. I mean, I know some of the characters, and I play the game. I've played a few of the games before, and I mean, I know the fatalities and all that, and the babalities, the friendships, all that. But in terms of the actual lore, like if you were to tell me the relationships between, like, I don't know, Johnny Cage or Sonya Blade or Scorpion Sub-Zero, I couldn't tell you nothing. So take this review with a pinch of salt, all you die-hard Mortal Kombat fans. With that being said, for a newbie like myself, who doesn't really know a lot of the Mortal Kombat movies, I was still looking forward to see this one, because, I'm just up for anything, and I am, I would like to see a day where a video game movie can actually be really, really good. I mean, I think Angry Birds movie, the Angry Birds movie 2 was actually really good, and surprisingly Sonic the Hedgehog was really good, but none of them are quite, like, great movies, they're not stellar. So, maybe, I was like, well, maybe this will be the one, I don't know. And how did it turn out? It was good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So let me just go over the story real quick, and then I'll get to the pros and the cons like usual. So, story is pretty basic, honestly. There's this guy named Cole, who is just selected by these people, Jax and Sonya, and who are looking for the people who are selected for this tournament thing, like this tournament of fighters thing. And if you're selected, you have this emblem on you, which happens to resemble the Mortal Kombat logo with the cool dragon. It's so cool. I love that. Like, that's just one of the coolest game logos ever. I may not play the games, but I can acknowledge that's pretty badass. So, yeah. So they're selected for it, and honestly, the rest of the movie is just them fighting. It's just, sure, he teams up with, Raiden and all that for the good guys, and then there's the bad guys in Outworld and whatever that is. But without giving any spoilers, that's basically the premise. And all the character stuff is, like, I'm not going to go into it because that's a little bit of a spoiler territory, so watch the movie if you want to see more of that. Because I ain't about spoilers for these reviews, as you all know. Or some of you may know, because I know there are quite a few new people on this channel, because I don't know how my channel is growing so fast, but it is. I mean, I thank you for that, but I'm just, what the fuck. Anyway, so let's get to the pros. So, pro number one is, yeah, it's visually cool. Like, it's just really awesome to see Scorpion and Sub-Zero in this movie. Like, they look really cool. The set pieces and the set designs are really good. A few exceptions, I'll get to that in a bit. And like all the characters for the most part look really good, and the fights are well choreographed. I just love the fight scenes. If there's one thing this movie did really well, which I kind of knew they were going to do really well, is the fight scenes. And I knew it was going to be good. I mean, it's 2021, how can you mess up fight scenes like that nowadays? And because it has an R rating, I think that just leads to so much more gore and so much more epicness with the fatalities, because that's what Mortal Kombat's really known for, at least to my eyes. Like, the fatalities are such a huge part of it, and the gore, and, like, all the brutal, just torturous, hilarious ways that someone could just maim somebody. I know, I'm sounding like a psychopath, but it's Mortal Kombat for you. So this movie takes advantage of the R rating pretty well. Like, I have no complaints there. And on top of that, I feel like some of the characters are really funny. Like Kano, who I do know quite a bit about. Not a lot, but quite a bit. And he's really funny in this movie. I like the actor they got to play him. He was really, really good. I liked him a lot. And, yeah, I'll also say, even Kung Lao has a few good lines here there. Kung Lao, like the guy with the blade hat. Again, don't know too much about him. I just call him like I see him. And Sub-Zero, man, he was so badass. Like, I just love how cold-hearted he is. Get it? Cold-hearted? Okay, I'm gonna stop with the corny jokes. So they're all the characters are just really. Some of the characters are just really, really good, and also I do like the music score at parts. Granted, I feel like it goes a bit too over the top sometimes, but I think it's okay. With that out of the way, there are quite a few cons that makes this not downright awful, but definitely not one I'd rewatch over and over. So let's get to the cons. Con number one is that a lot of the characters in this movie just either aren't in it very long, aren't that memorable, or just, you know, are basically just there to die. Which I get that, and I know they're trying to set up some characters by the end of the movie, one in particular, that really pisses me off. I'm just gonna say, it's Johnny Cage. They hype up Johnny Cage from the next movie, and I was pissed off, because, like, really, you had to end it like that? What the fuck, movie? So, yeah, stuff like that, I get it. But, and maybe some of them will come back in Outworld, because people can get revived there in the game's continuity. Again, like, I'm only going this off the movie, so don't hate on me. So, I know that, but it just kind of feels like a lot of the characters just get wasted, you know? Like, like, it's cool to see some of the characters, and then they're already dead. Like, okay, I mean, that fight scene was cool with them, but that's all you're gonna do with them? That's all you got for me? And on top of that, some of the characters look really, really bad. Like, some of them do not look very good. Like, I mentioned, like, Scorpion and Sub-Zero look good, but Kano looks awful. I'm sorry, what were they thinking? It was bad. Now, granted, I don't know, I haven't seen every version of Kano. Maybe they were basing this off an earlier version of Kano that I'm not aware of, but in my eyes, it did not look good for him. Just some of the characters don't look good. And on top of that, the story, I feel like, is very much based on the Mortal Kombat fans. Not that I'm hating on that. I'm not hating on that, because a movie called Mortal Kombat should be aimed more like the Mortal Kombat fans. But I'm saying that if you're not very well based in the Mortal Kombat knowledge or the realm or the characters and all that, you might be confused on a lot of this, because this whole movie, it's very short, only an hour and 50. So they breeze through things, like, really quick. Like, we're gonna go here, it's done. We're gonna do this, bam. And the villain, who is this guy? Oh, no time to explain, we're just gonna keep fighting. Like, the whole movie is just seeing people beat the crap out of each other. But the problem is, some of them, if you don't know Mortal Kombat, you don't even know half their names or what they do. They're just cool because you just see them on the big screen. But if you do recognize them and see them, they're pretty cool. And the downside is to that, it's kind of like a problem with Suicide Squad, where, in my honest opinion about Suicide Squad, like, a lot of the characters in that movie, like, really just, you have to read the comics to really get a good idea of who their character is. Because the movie doesn't really do a good job explaining who they are as people. So you have to just read the comics beforehand to get a good idea. But the problem is, they're not the comic book characters, they are the movie characters. So how are you supposed to get attached to them if you don't know them very well? Now, granted, they do focus a bit of time in the movie about Mortal Kombat, but not about all the characters. Only the ones that matter. All the other ones just kind of get left behind. Maybe they'll explain them in a future movie, because this movie definitely made its buck. Maybe they're going to be planning for a sequel, which I'm aware they're going to do 4. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. But my knowledge, it's going to be 4 sequels. But just right now, it just feels kind of sloppily put together in terms of the character development. And, yeah, back to what I was saying about the inconsistent set. There's one set in the movie that's so hilariously, like, not look good. It doesn't look epic at all, but the music is like, like, you know, it's just building it up as, like, this big gigantic thing. And at first when I watched it, I'm like, wait, what am I looking at? And then I see the set, like, it's so small and it's so, like, what? That's it? I'm just like, okay. Like, I kind of laughed a bit, because what am I looking at? Like, what is this? Why am I supposed to be excited about that? Like, that doesn't look cool at all. It looks so dumb. So, certain sets like that are like, okay, that's lame. And the one major issue I have, and this might be a nitpick, it might be a fact, I don't know. Who in the hell is Cole? Who is he? Can somebody, if Cole is a character in the Mortal Kombat movies, please correct me in the comments. I need to know, because I don't know who the hell this kid is, why is he in this movie? Maybe it's because they wanted a new character to introduce in the Mortal Kombat movie so they wouldn't have to struggle around. But what would have been wrong with putting a different Mortal Kombat character in there? I don't know, like Katana, like Scorpion, or for the love of God, why not Johnny Cage? Why did they not put Johnny Cage in this movie? Except they had Sonya Blade in the movie, why didn't they put Johnny Cage in the movie? Sorry, I got a little out of control there. Anyway, so it just really bothers me about Cole. I don't recognize him. I don't know him. I don't think he's even from the games. Again, correct me if I'm wrong about that. And if I'm wrong about that, then fine, I'll let it slide. But for right now, I'm standing by who the hell is Cole, why was he in this movie, and he's just so boring in this movie. He's so boring. I could tell the actor is trying. He's trying to make it good, but my god, his character is so painfully not interesting. And his whole arc is so badly handled. Like, it's just so, it feels so rushed and artificial, you know? It's just, alright, fine, there's a main character, whatever. He has emotional dilemmas with his family, whatever. Just get to the violence, which I get. So the best way I can sum up this movie is it's not good, by any means. Like, I don't think it's good from a story standpoint. Like, I think it's very sloppily put together. I think it could have been explained in a few areas more. Maybe a little bit more, a few more minutes could have explained some things. But with that said, as a purely, like, someone who has never played Mortal Kombat before, doesn't know much of the lore, who are just going into this with expecting some cool fight scenes with some characters that I recognize from the games, don't really know a lot about, but I recognize them, it's a pretty cool game. Like, it's a pretty cool movie. I'm glad I saw it. Probably not gonna rewatch it too many times. Maybe I'll just like watch the fight scenes. I'm probably just gonna watch the fight scenes on YouTube, if I'm being honest. Like, that's what I'll rewatch. But the movie itself as a whole, probably not. But it's still, I think it's good. I think it was decent. Overall, I'm gonna give this a 3 fatalities out of 5. This movie it's good, it's decent. It's just a fun, awesome R-rated gore fest. And again, the fight scenes are cool. Most of the characters look really, really good in this movie. It had some pretty funny lines here and there. You got a chuckle out of me. I liked it, and I just thought, you know, just some of the characters look pretty cool, and the whole feel of it was cool, you know. But just the inconsistent story, some of the characters being like either killed off too soon, or with only one fight scene to go off of, or just being rushed through without much development into them, without much presence in a way, and just the overall very much like I have to play the game to watch this movie feel to it definitely brings it down a few pegs for me. But again, it's just me, because I'm a newbie to Mortal Kombat. Again, take this video with a pinch of salt, okay? I get it. Just take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not an expert. You can say I'm wrong, whatever. But I wanted to make this video because I have watched the movie and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about this movie because it's really cool. It's just I liked it. It was a fun time. It was just a fun, good movie. I had a blast with it. It wasn't really that deep. Wasn't really that good as a story perspective. From a story perspective, I don't think it was that good. But from a purely visual pleasure standpoint, I got my fixins. Although I will say, why the hell did you remix that Mortal Kombat theme? It was perfection and you ruined it in the end credits. You ruined it, movie makers! How dare you! God, it's like when they tried to remake the Ghostbusters theme for the 2016 reboot. We don't talk about that. From Fall Out Boy. Just, oh my god, it was so bad. Just stop trying to modernize, remix what's already perfect. Don't ruin a classic song like that, alright? No Hollywood makers watch the movie, but just, we need to stop. It's disgusting me. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like down below. Let me know what you think of Mortal Kombat the movie down in the comments below. The 2021 version, not the original 1995 or that god-awful Annihilation that came out. What the hell was that movie? And, if you don't care about Mortal Kombat like me, or like me, you just don't know a whole lot about Mortal Kombat and don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then just leave a comment anyway. I'd like to hear what you say. And until next time, guys, stay cool, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, y'all.